Well, since I'm making a lot more colloidal silver for my kitty cats, keeps their water nice and fresh too. You put a little bit in there, it doesn't get that slime on the side or anything like that. It keeps the bacteria out. Decided to get more silver rod. So I got the flat rod, 4/9. Right, Rocky? Yeah. Okay, good boy, good boy, good boy. And you can see, you know, how thick the new stuff is. I got the kind, it's not like a rod, it's like a band or something like that. It's a flat rod. And this is the old one. It's already getting pretty thin. This one I doubled up. There's one side that wears out faster than the other side, and that's the side I doubled up on, but this one's wearing out too, so I'm going to put these in right now with these little alligator clips. And also I use is the Bob Beck jitterbug, actually, to call it, from Silver Smoke Research. It's basically just a simple setup with 3 batteries and an LED light. And I put it in this, which is pure distilled water, and there's a magnetic stir in here, so you can see it turns. See that thing? Now these rods are a little bit longer than these here that I replaced them with. But if you can't tell really on here, but the amber light is on a little bit. And then eventually, you know, after a couple hours or so, I'll make a cord at a time. Turn this on, TDS meter. You see that on there, it says 0. It'll say 0, but when you put it in here, after, you know, a period of time, it'll start going up to 2 or 3. And once it gets up to even 1, the process goes faster, because there's something then, in other words, once there's a little bit of silver in the water, the electricity flowing between these 2 rods is actually increased. And sometimes to get it started, you want to keep the rods a little bit closer together. It doesn't even matter so much how close or far apart the rods are together when you're using a magnetic stir. In other words, that little thing on the bottom there is it's plastic with a magnet inside of it, so it gently stirs the water. You don't want to stir it too fast. But I've been making this stuff every day, and I had these a few years actually now, so I decided to replace them. But I said I'm going to get the biggest ones there are, that they don't wear out that easy. You can see I actually, the one side that wears out more than the other, I made it into a triple wound thing, which works pretty good. But I think these are going to work fine too, because they're flat. They're flat wound, and it's got a lot of surface area whereby the silver can, you know, jump off the the rod itself and get into the water. And when you make the homemade stuff, it's not really. What it really is a combination of ionic and colloidal silver, and both have specific uses. The ionic silver, allegedly, at least this is per late 1970s research from Dr. Robert Otto Becker, was it helped the body produce stem cells. But you know, when I'm looking at that research, it's actually in combination with a certain specific microelectrical current. And then I started thinking, I wonder if you take your colloidal silver combined with the ionic silver and you're constantly using the parazapper. You know, it's kind of like guesswork, but somehow he was able to get tissue regenerated where it was severed from like a rat on experiment, and he was able to regrow the tissue using ionic silver and a microelectrical current. So I figured I'm going to take this stuff, and since I use the zapper a lot, who knows, I might get regenerated here. And I've been giving it to Boots the cat all the time, who hurt his eye, and his eye is not bright yet, but it looks a lot better. But I don't know what I could do. I mean, I can only do so much, but I'm going to keep trying, so, along with his vitamins and stuff. So this has been a daily process I make. This is how much is in here. I think it's at least 16 ounces. So I make 2 of those a day. So I make about a quart a day. So that's quite a bit at a strength of between 6 and 8 parts per million. So that's fairly good. That's really good stuff. But I had decided to get new rods. We'll see how fast it does with this. I know if the battery voltage is up a little higher, it'll make the stuff a lot faster. But it still works if you put the rods a little bit closer together, especially as the battery voltage starts dropping, you know, where the batteries need to be recharged. It'll still make it fairly fast. But it takes a couple hours. It takes a couple hours.